Statutory means by law, so it's not a number that a jury or a judge can make up. It's a number that's written in the law that says that if you violate this law, every phone call that you make will be worth $500 to the person you're making it. So if you call me and I tell you to stop calling me, and then you call me again, that's $500. You call me again, that's another $500. And the key is to log those calls and be very accurate, because the one thing to remember is they're recording these calls. And we have to match up the date and the time and the person. So you can't ignore the calls. But if you have a call log that tells me that these calls came in, and your phone bill is gonna essentially verify that call log, that those calls came in at those times, the other side can't say those calls never happened, because we have the documentation to back it up. And it's really important because the amount that you would be entitled to is based on the call log. So you have to be very accurate in what you're asking a judge or a jury to give you, because you want to come off as saying, I did this, I did everything I needed to do, I logged every call, I'm not sitting here and I'm not lying to you, and I'm entitled to every penny that they violated the law for. I would say that any issue that you're having, a lot of us tend to, especially in this day and age, shy away from the calls that we don't know. We see an 800 number and we walk far, far away from our phones. If you're actually trying to punish these people and stop them from doing the violations of law, you can't ignore the calls. So what you can do, though, is once you tell them to stop calling you, if the same number calls back, you don't need to pick up. But just log that number, that they called back on this day and this time. Whether they leave a message or not doesn't matter, just the fact that they called back. But what happens a lot of times is they call from different numbers. So you don't know where they're calling from. You don't know if it's a different creditor or the same creditor calling. So in that sense, you have to take the call again, because you have to know whether or not we can trace it to the same creditor. You have to say, please do not call me to each creditor. You can't say it to Chase and not Bank of America and expect Bank of America to stop calling you, or that Bank of America would be liable under TCPA, because they're not. You have to tell each caller, each creditor caller. So Chase can have 500 customer representatives call you. That's fine, but they might be calling from all different numbers, and we want to be able to log all that. You don't need to tell each one to stop calling you. You only need to tell each creditor once to stop calling you. And then the violations start.